You know when you're scrolling YouTube and you see a totally normal person, someone who could be your neighbor, and their video has millions of views, and you just think, how? How are they doing that? Well, let's get into it, because the old rules for YouTube success are officially dead.
For the longest time, we were all told you needed a professional setup, right? The perfect lights, a super expensive camera, the whole shebang.
Or, okay, if not the fancy studio, then you definitely needed connections. You had to get a celebrity on your show to give you that first big push, to kind of signal to the algorithm that you were important.
And if all that failed, there was always the last resort, just pure luck. Just hoping you'd hit the viral lottery with that 1 in a million video that takes off for no reason and makes you a star.
Well, what if I told you all of that is basically wrong now? The playbook for growing on YouTube has completely changed. And the real secrets to success? They're actually way more accessible than you think.
So what actually happened here? How did the game change so fast? Well, it wasn't just one thing. It was a huge shift in both technology and, more importantly, in what the YouTube algorithm itself cares about.
This really is the core of it. The algorithm used to be all about authority. It would ask, who is this person? Is it a celebrity, a big, established channel? But now, that question is gone. The only question that matters now is, does this video deliver value? And it figures that out by looking at audience signals. Are people clicking it? Are they watching it all the way through? This is huge because it means a normal person with a great idea can now outperform a huge celebrity with boring content. And then you have the other side of the coin, the tech. The financial barrier to making great videos has just evaporated. The phone in your pocket is a 4K camera. There are tons of free editing tools, even AI that can help you come up with titles and thumbnails. So the bottom line is, smart execution is now way more important than expensive equipment.
Okay, so if the old rules are dead, what's the new playbook? What are these creators actually doing? Well, the great news is it's not about luck. It's a specific set of strategies that, honestly, anyone can use. Let's break them down. First things first, niching down. And I mean really niching down. Forget trying to appeal to everybody. The algorithm today rewards depth over breadth. So instead of a generic gaming channel, a successful creator today might focus only on fixing vintage Game Boys. This brings in a super dedicated, passionate audience, and the algorithm absolutely loves it. But wait, you might be thinking, if you're that specific, how do you attract new people? That's where something called the audience bridge comes in. It's all about how you frame your niche topic to spark universal curiosity. So a boring travel title like My Trip to Thailand becomes Thailand surprised us in ways we never imagined. It promises a compelling story, not just a diary entry. And the best way to get that story in front of new people is by using the most powerful discovery tool on YouTube right now, Shorts. This is the growth engine. You make a punchy 60-second video that hooks someone new. The algorithm tests it out on a huge audience. Then anyone who likes it gets funneled right to your main channel, where they can binge all of your longer, monetized content. It's a total game changer. On top of that, smart creators are using a few other key tools. They're jumping on proven, trending formats, like the I Tried X for 30 Days challenge. Here's a big one. They design the clickable thumbnail and title before they even start filming. And finally, they treat YouTube like the search engine it is, using keywords so their videos actually get found. But look, all the strategies and tools in the world are only half the battle. The biggest shift might actually be in the content itself. Because in today's world, being real is way more valuable than being perfect. In fact, you could say authenticity is the new algorithm. The types of videos that are absolutely crushing it right now are simple and direct. Unscripted vlogs that feel like you're just hanging out. People documenting their journey of learning a new skill, showing the failures and all. Or just an expert solving a very specific problem. Viewers are just so tired of overproduced perfection. They're craving something that feels real. And why does this work so well? Well, because we're all sick of that fake, over-the-top influencer energy, right? Raw content builds what they call parasocial trust, that feeling that you actually know the creator, that you can relate to them. Seeing their real struggles makes you think, hey, that could be me. And that's how you turn a passive viewer into a loyal fan, a part of a real community. Now, all this sounds great, I know, but it brings us to the final and maybe the most important myth we have to bust wide open, the myth of the overnight success. Let this one sink in for a second.
What we see as a sudden explosion of popularity is almost always the result of a ton of work that nobody ever saw. Those creators you see blowing up, they were uploading, learning, and getting better for months, sometimes years, when no one was watching.
So the real secret isn't just being consistent with your posting schedule. It's something we can call skill-based consistency. It's the commitment to getting just 1% better with every single video you upload. 1% better at telling a story, at editing, at making a thumbnail. That's the compound interest that leads to the massive growth you see later on.
So when you put it all together, the path has never been more clear. The algorithm favors value over fame. The production barriers have been completely smashed, and what audiences want more than anything is authenticity. The playbook is right there, out in the open. So the only question left is, what will you create?